Skill stacking is what makes you rich. Unfortunately, so many people are lost in the micro niches. They spend so much time learning these little things and they end up just wasting time without any huge results in the end. So today I would like to talk about these 6 skills that help me to build $400,000 a year digital product business. So I would like to give you this skill stack that I personally use and I personally believe in, so you could break free from these micro niches and focus on things that actually makes a difference in online business. So yeah, without any further ado, let's dive in. So the first skill is design, and design is everywhere from from buying a milk in a grocery store. The first impression that you are going to make about that milk is not the quality of the product, but the design part. Because you will see, on some packaging, there will be a cow, there will be very big numbers with important information for the purchase. So that's the first impression that you're going to make. And if you like that first impression, you're going near the product and maybe you will purchase that, and then you will, see if the quality is good enough for you to continue as purchasing those products. So that's why design is really important. And just from a milk example, but if you take more online business examples, if we building website landing page, you need to have a good design, because the same as with the milk, if the customer visits your website and it looks some kind of scammy, low quality, they will think that your product probably is the same, that it's not good. So that's why we need to make impressions, first good impressions. So with this design skill, you can create very nice appealing website, nice appealing landing page, which when visitors visit, they will see, okay, this looks nice, the product should be good as well. So that's why it's really important. So you can use tools similar to Figma or Sketch or Adobe XD, and you can master those tools quite easily. There's a lot of tutorials online how to use that tools. And once you learn that tool, you can create, from logo types, you can create marketing visuals, you can create website design, you can create, a lot of different things. Basically, you can, even from the product perspective, you can create, some kind of product visuals if you like. So I personally really, really admire this skill because, it makes the first impression, and we need to make sure that the first impression is good. So master one tool. It doesn't matter if Figma, it's Adobe XD or Sketch, just master it. And after that, you will be able to create many, many different things for your online business. The second skill is copywriting. And as design, copywriting is like a complementary skill, which is also important, because if you're creating, website design, you need to have some copy inside. So, if you're able to craft this very, very clear customer-oriented headline, you will be able to generate more sales. So that's why it's really important. Right? That's why you need to learn this copywriting in the first place. But, if we go wider, for example, if you're creating social media content, if you're writing LinkedIn posts or Twitter posts, so, if you're having a bad writing, if you're not able to communicate clearly, if you're not able, to translate your thoughts clear to your, followers, you're not going to get those reach. You're not going to grow. You're not going to, gain more followers. And it's really bad thing. So you can solve that by simply just learning how to write. So this is really also essential skill, and you can use this skill from once more, writing website copy to even, writing social media content, or maybe even, if you're sending newsletters. For example, if you're writing very, very bad subject line, will have low open rate. So that's also really bad. But if you're able, to craft these very hooky, good subject lines, people will be, clicking on those emails, and you will have a higher open rate. So that's why it's really important, even from the product name. And if you know how to write, you can name your products more, in a clever way. So then it will be more, interesting for your end consumer. So basically, same as with design, texts and those high quality copy texts are everywhere, and you should learn how to write it in that way. First skill is marketing. And marketing, it's very, very, very general skill to learn, and there's a lot of branches to this, to this term. But what I mean to learn in marketing is mostly research and picking right social media channels, picking right marketing channels. So for example, if you understand how you can market your product, if you understand the whole funnel, how customers buy your product. So if you're able to define that, for example, if you're creating this funnel, you understand that, okay, I know this marketing skill and I'm creating social media content to generate, some kind of awareness to generate these views. Then I'm going to turn those views into maybe, some kind of clicks to my website. Then after they go to my website, they will go to newsletter and stuff like that. So this is, part of the marketing funnel that you can learn. And, it sounds really hard and easy at the same time, but once you do it, it's life changer basically. Same with the marketing research, you need to able to understand, how to pick right social media channels for you. You need to understand, okay, where are my competitors? Where are they creating content? How are they converting these, leads to customers? So that's why you need to understand, this general marketing skill to be able to research and make, these solutions that will have great positive effect on your business. The fourth skill is branding, and branding nowadays are really, really important. There's a lot of people who are working in the same niche as you are. And if we are going to be the same, it makes no difference for the end consumer. For example, let's imagine you have a product on copywriting course, how to write better copy and how to get customers with that. And there's, 10 more people doing the same thing. So, if you are not different from others, and if the competitor lowers the price, there's really no, big difference for the customer to purchase from you once they can get it cheaper from others. So that's why you need to learn how to differentiate yourself. And that's why you need to learn branding. So with branding, you are able to combine these skills from your, design and from your copywriting to create this basically little brand kit, let's call it that way. So using design, you can create your visual brand identity. So you can, choose some kind of colors which represents your brand. So for example, I use, this greenish color that I place everywhere on my banners, on my call to actions and stuff like that. So I'm not, using a lot of them, but I'm basically just using that element. And people recognize that basically. Once I post something with that color, people recognize me by their colors. It's crazy, but it works. It's part of my brand. Okay. So, then we need to create some kind of brand positioning. So with brand positioning, we are learning to differentiate ourselves. We're trying to understand, what's our point of difference from others. What's our points of parity with others. And we're, positioning ourselves. So for example, once more, my business, I can, say that I'm selling only Notion templates. This is one of my brands, by the way, Notion Way, which is selling Notion templates. So I can say on my website that, buy Notion templates or Notion templates, and that's all, But it's, a lot of people doing that, and it's very kind of bad approach. If you, make a simple adjustment, for example, from Notion templates to organize your life, it's a different game, because you're not selling, with your brand, you're not helping them to get only Notion templates. You're helping them to organize their entire life. It's different. Let's take one more example. My personal brand. So I'm building digital product businesses, and I'm helping others to build digital product businesses as well. So if I write on my headline, that build your digital product business and that's all. So my unique perspective on that is stop selling your time, because I've been through that whole journey of selling my time to clients and even applying for 9-to-5 job. And I know these all things that that makes this thing very, very kind of unique, because once you start selling digital products, you're not selling your time, you're having this leverage. You're selling products that are able to generate sales even when you're asleep. And it's a different game, it's different positioning than just build digital product business. So that's why you need to understand branding basically, because you will be able to position yourself in a different way than others, and then people reflect on that, and they will like that, and they will trust that, and in the end they will become your customers, your followers, or your friends even. So that's why you need to learn branding, simply for one simple reason: to be different person in the sea of all of those same niches. The fifth skill is conversion rate optimization. In short, SEO. So a lot of people don't talk about this skill, and the people who are talking about the skill is mostly UI UX designers who are focusing on bringing solutions that are generating more return of investments for the businesses. So how we can use the skill that designers use in our own advantage? So first of all, of course, we can use it in our website, in our landing pages. So let's imagine you have this landing page and you're selling a course. On that course, you see that landing a lot of people, but they're not purchasing. You have this very, very low conversion rate. So you make this hypothesis, this idea that if maybe I'm lacking, social proof on my landing page. So you add another version of your landing page with a lot of testimonials, and you test those two versions. So by simply doing that, you see, okay, I'm getting 1,000 visitors, for example, per week, and you run this test for an entire week. Half of the people visited the old website, half of the people visited the new website, and you see that on the new website, people purchase more. So it's obvious for you to keep the version with the social proof. So simply by doing that, you just went from $1,000 per month to $1,200 per month. So it's a huge difference, to a 20% increase, basically. Of course, you do it one more time. You add more things, test and check if it's working or not. Sometimes once you do that, you will see that you will have lower results, so you revert and go back to the previous version. But simply you do that, you constantly improve on your website, and you constantly are getting better and better results. So that's the easiest way to look at this. But I also look at this, from the perspective of other things. For example, you're creating social media content, you're writing, posts on LinkedIn and Twitter, and you're gathering the data. For example, you've written, 15 posts. You place those 15 posts in Notion or in Notes, whatever, and you add all the information, all the data from those posts. So all the likes, all the comments, and you calculate the engagement. You check what engagement each post has received. You then group those posts, one by one, and you see which perform better, which perform not so good. So then what you do, you create more of those better engagement content. And for the next week, you see if you're getting more followers, more reach, or more likes. So that's quite easy. And once you do, you will understand, okay, this content is more interesting for my followers, for my audience. So we can look at from a social media perspective. We can also look from newsletters. If you're sending newsletters and you're writing subject line, and you see that with one subject line, people are not opening or with not buying your products, and with other subject line, people are opening, and buying your products. So you basically once more gather all your subject lines, write down all the open rates, click-through rates, and then just make this hypothesis why it's happening and how can I make the things to work. And basically you get this hypothesis, okay, maybe I need to place some kind of numbers inside my newsletter subject line. So you add numbers, and then you try again, and you see, okay, I have more open rates. So that's how you can easily improve. So there's a lot of possibilities. Basically, there's endless of possibilities where you can improve. And of course, you don't need to spend a lot of time, because the main important thing is still, generating content and getting traffic to your website. But once you get to that point where you get okay, I'm getting constant source of traffic, and I'm getting visitors, but they are not purchasing, that's when you need to search for these hidden opportunities and try to improve and optimize your conversions. The sixth skill is sales. And sales is really, really powerful skill. And a lot of people, ignore this skill for whatever reason. This skill was, here for so many years already. Even when there was no online business, people were using these sales skills to sell, even vacuum cleaners near the doors. So, starting from whole communication to pricing, to pain points, and many, many other things. So, the sales skill basically is all about human psychology, because they're not purchasing your product or services. They're purchasing the solution to their problem. So you need to understand that. And once you understand that, you need to dive deeper inside those problems. You need to understand their pain points, why, what makes them hurt, and how can, my product solve those pain points. So once you're crafting your headlines, for example, you're using this copywriting skill to make it clear, but you can also use the sales skills to make it, really, really sale oriented, because you're using sales skill basically. So once you do that, you will start to get headlines that are more focused on their problems. And once they read that, those headlines or descriptions or text, they will feel like connected to you because they feel that you are talking directly to their problems. And if they are on your landing page and you're delivering the solution for that, it's great there. So this is the one part when you can use the sales skill. Another part is where you use the sales skills and on, for example, on your pricing. There's some term of anchoring pricing. So you're using the higher number. For example, you have two pricing options. One is like 399 and one is 99. Okay, so if you list your, like, normal people would just place the smaller number, so $99 and then $399, because it makes more sense to them, because you're having the smaller package and then the bigger if you want. Sales part, the sales skills, where it comes very handy, is that you're using this anchoring and then you're placing the higher price at first, and then the lower price seems so low that it makes really no sense for them to not to buy. So but if you're placing the lower at the first and then higher in their understanding, it will be like, okay, this is 99, and there's even bigger price, 399. So they can end up buying none. So that's why it's really important. Also, you can use the sales tactics to increase your sales. So for example, if you're launching your product, you can use some kind of fear of missing out elements. So you can make it available only for 24 hours with some kind of additional discount, and after that it's gone. So people are don't want to lose this offer, so they are making more instant decisions to purchase something. That's really, really important. That's really, really helps. So that's why you should learn sales, because there's so many ways you can implement it in different aspects. So yeah, I would really highly recommend to learn the skill, and you can learn the skill by simply just reading few books. So now let's imagine that you learn all of these 6 skills. You don't need to be an expert in any of those. You just need to learn these fundamentals that you can use on your daily basis inside your business. So once you have this skill set, once you have this 6 skills under your belt, you're able to create, these different things from all different aspects of your business. You are able to design, you're able to write, you're able to do marketing, you're able to optimize things, you understand how customers purchase and why they purchase. So you're basically becoming like a super hero of your business. So you are able to do so many things, and you don't need to hire anyone. And even if you need to do, even one day if you need to hire someone, you will understand a lot of things. You will, if you're hiring designer, you will understand design principles, so you can, make better decisions. You can talk with them. You can get better results from them. You can, talk with them how to write, what you're expecting from them. This also makes it far much easier for you. And once more, if you're just starting out, if you have these skills under your belt, you don't need to be an expert in them. Just, learn the basics. Just go on YouTube, watch 2 hours of one skill, 2 hours of another skill, and, repeat constantly. Just add more information to your knowledge. And, once you have this, you're basically unbreakable. You can create, everything by your own. And that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I've been doing for the past few years. And it feels really, really great. So I suggest, to learn these skills, and it will change the life, basically, how you run your business. So that's all for now. I really hope you enjoy this YouTube video. Hope to see you in the next one.